Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka after I just got out of Eternals and now I'm reviewing it. This involves, of course, the Eternals and these things called the Deviants. A long time ago, these things called the Deviants were trying to destroy the world or whatever, and they have returned. So the Eternals have to regain and regroup together to, of course, stop the Deviants again once and for all. Now, the biggest reason I was really looking forward to checking this movie out was the director, Chloe Zhao, who was the director of my favorite movie of last year, which was Nomadland. That movie was so good. It won Best Actress, Best Director, and Best Picture, and I think the movie rightly deserved all three of those wins. So, of course, with a big name director like that, and the fact that she was taking on the MCU, truly this would be, the greatest, Marvel experience of the year, right? Well, it's the biggest something, and that's the biggest review bombed MCU movie ever. Meaning, it became the first MCU movie ever to get a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes. And because of that, the box office predictions became a bit lower now because of it. But, I don't think review scores mean anything because people are allowed to make up their own opinion. And I didn't think this movie was as bad as critics are making it out to be. I did think it was a bit of a letdown though, because there was just so many opportunities that this movie could have taken on, but ended up not doing so much of that. Now, everybody in this movie is phenomenal, okay? It has a massive cast of very likable actors and actresses, and their performances and their characters I thought were pretty likable. And I do like the character interactions that appear on screen. It's just I do feel like the characters are a little bit underdeveloped. Like, there are times when characters are mostly talking about, just saving the world and stuff, and not really, bringing up, like, stuff that happened in their past. And their interactions and their first on screen appearances I thought were a bit underwhelming as well. But the movie is gorgeous, obviously. When it comes to the MCU, they managed to make a visually striking experience on the big screen, and I saw it in 3D, and it really looked phenomenal. Okay, in fact, I really liked Chloe Zhao's direction here. Like, it's well enough, for a Phase 4 MCU film, but the fact that we never seen any of these characters or any of them were mentioned in the past. I mean, Shang-Chi wasn't mentioned in the past, but that movie, of course, was a lot better than this one. Well, like I mentioned before, I didn't think this movie was as terrible as people are making it out to be, critics are. It's just, there's just a lot of... I know, I'm sounding like a broken record. Just, let me just skip that and just say, the story here I thought was good, but could have been handled a lot better. With characters that I feel like were a bit underdeveloped, and a storyline that I thought was intriguing enough. But, and that last act too, obviously, no spoilers whatsoever, it just had me going, WTF. But obviously, we are going to see the Eternals again later in the MCU. But there are just times in this movie where I feel like the direction it took, it just could have done so much better, and there isn't a whole lot of action as I was hoping for with all the stuff that happens in the trailers. There really wasn't that much going on here. I mean, when it does get to the action sequences, they are fun, but it just felt a bit underwhelming, and honestly, I just feel like it didn't have that much action, and I feel like it should have used a bit more, especially with this massive cast of characters. But when the action is on screen, it is fun, and I can definitely say that I enjoyed watching what was on screen when it came to the action and stuff like that. Overall, I can say that I did kind of enjoy this movie. It's just, I felt like it was a bit underwhelming. Characters could have been developed a bit better, and the story could have been handled a bit better, but you know what? I thought it was pretty well directed. It was very well acted. It's still a visual marvel, and I liked what they were going with this one. It's just, it could have been done so much better here. It's an underwhelming film, but it's not a terrible film, okay? In fact, I did have some fun with this movie. It's just, they could have done so much more with this, and yeah, I can definitely see why critics are trashing on this movie, but I know, it really sounds like I'm just hating on this movie because I'm mostly getting into the negative than the positive. But I did enjoy it. It's not a bad film. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah, I was just a little frustrated because I really wanted to like it a lot more than I did. But you know what? Just don't let the critics' reactions keep you from not wanting to see this movie anymore. Because just make up your own opinion. You know, sure, it just has half a score on Rotten Tomatoes, but who listens to Rotten Tomatoes anymore? Like, really? But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.